we are going to make this surgical mask. So it's adjustable with a ribbon, and it takes a 10 by 14 piece of fabric and a 48-inch piece of ribbon. And the finished product is 7.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And it has a pocket in it, like this, that you can put a filter inside, so that when you are, it gives just some extra protection for the mask. And once that is in there, you can put it on. So you put this over your head, and then you cinch it to where you need it, and then you tie it like this behind your head, and there you go. You've got your mask that's reusable and washable and doesn't hurt your ears. Okay, I got this fabric, which is 10 by 14, and for the first part I'm going to fold over and iron the top stitching, the part. So I'm going to fold this over twice on one side because this is a raw edge, and I just want, you know, like a little 1/4 inch, just enough to secure that fabric. And then this, at least on mine, is a selvage on this piece of fabric. If it wasn't, so I'm just going to iron this here. If it wasn't a selvage edge, then I would fold it under twice. And then from here, we're going to go top stitch these two pieces, and I'll just walk you through what we're going to do. After these are top stitched, we'll sew this together like this, and this is going to become our pocket. Okay, so I moved the top stitch length to a 4, just because it's good to have a longer stitch length. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam, so I'm just placing the edge of the fabric here next to the all of the seam there, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So, all right, now that we have the top stitching done, I'm just going to snip my threads. We're going to turn it right side out, right sides together, and we're going to stitch down each side. And this is super simple. So we just want to make sure that the sides are even, or that maybe one just overlaps just a smidge, really. Actually, just make them even. And I'm again going to do a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to stitch the next one. Great. Now that my sides are stitched together, whoops, I'm missing the thread here. I'm going to turn it right side out. Make sure to get my corner nice and sharp in there. I have a crisp corner. And then we're going to stitch this. So this is this is like the pocket. The filter is going to go in here. This is the pocket for it. And then what we're going to do now is pleat it. Okay, for this part, we're going to mark where we need to put our pleats, and I have a framing square here because that's what we have. And so I'm going to put this right now is about 6.5 inches long, and we want to make it just under 4. So I'm going to put it at the 1.5 mark, the 3 mark, the 4, and the 5.5. And I just use a little piece of bath soap as one of my tips. You could also use chalk or a fabric marker. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So 1.5, 3, 4, and 5.5. And what we're going to do now that we have those marks is that the first and the second mark are going to go together. So you're going to fold that so that they touch. And then I'm going to pin it, my pins here. And then with the 3rd mark and the 4th mark are also going to touch right here. And then we pin it. So this makes it so that your pleats don't overlap for each other, so that it's nice and flat. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the first mark and the second mark go together, and we just kind of make sure that that looks even with our other pleat. And then the 3rd mark and the 4th mark go together. And again, we just kind of adjust to make sure that that looks even here. And then we pin that Okay. And then we want to make sure that these pleats are nice and even and straight here on the edge, because these are actually going to be our casing. Okay, now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. Okay, for the stitching of the pleats, I'm going to put a 3/4 inch seam, so I'm going to put that on the 3/4 line. That's going to be our fold line. I'm going to do the other side. Again at that 3/4 inch line. Good strong back stitch there. Alright, trim my threads. We're going to put our ribbon inside of our casing here. I'm going to get it close to that stitch line, and now I'm going to fold this over. And we are going to stitch this in, make sure that we don't catch the ribbon, and I'm going to get as close to the edge as I can. Keep my seam width inside that small presser foot. Nice strong back stitch, because that's going to get a lot of use. We are going to get the other side and repeat the same thing. So I'm going to keep up a little loop here, kind of make it like a U, and I'm going to lay my fabric, my ribbon here again, and I'm going to fold this over. I have some threads to snip there where my bobbin caught, but I'll catch those in a little bit. Alright, and now once again I'm going to make sure these top parts are lined up. Alright, and then that's it. So now we're done. We've got our surgical mask that you can that has a pocket, so you can put a filter inside of it, and then you can put, and this is how you wear it. So you put it on your head like this, and then you can cinch it up to where it's comfortable, and then you tie it behind your head. And this is what the nursing profession is more, if you have to wear these for all day, this is much more comfortable, and it's adjustable to all different head sizes. So there you go.